Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for tuning in. And I want to say thank you for all the love and support from the last comments. I've cheered up greatly. I've snapped out of it, and we're back in action. Now get ready for thorough coverage of this storm over the next 5 days, because I live in Houston, Texas, and a lot of my best friends and people I love and my favorite cheerleading squad is in Houston. Plus, America needs to know what has been going on with the weather and the damaged infrastructure and the insurance programs, because the United States is the largest insurer of flood insurance in the U.S. So the U.S. government is on the hook for this, and it's already $33 billion in debt, just like everything else. And so I will be covering this steadily the next few days as best I can, as much integrity as I can. You know, there should be no fear mongering, but we definitely need to be prepared, because avoiding flood is something we can do if possible. And the numbers on the storm have been eye-popping. They seem to have peaked now. The largest estimate I've seen is 50 total inches over 6 days in the Texas and Louisiana area. In Louisiana, it's weird, everybody talks about racism and stuff, and even though I think everything going on is a class war, and the super rich are kicking our asses, that is the paycheck to paycheck class, the middle class, and then the lower and middle rich class. Like, we're all just getting our heads handed to us. And so it seems like a lot of the media attention is always on media stuff, but for the poorer places like Louisiana, Mississippi, Kansas City, states that don't get any press really, and nobody seems to really care about, they've been getting devastated. Kansas City had, I think, 10 inches of rain. Was it yesterday, the day before? And so a lot of these cities and states have just been getting massively wailed upon by the weather. And remember, like, if you see over here, these are some of the projections of possible hurricanes, coming, that the pattern from the Pacific, which has been nasty and displaced 20 million people from their homes, is now switching to the Atlantic. And as wind shear cuts down, we are going to see, I predicted 2 hurricanes will hit the United States this season between now and the end of October. And this, to me, is definitely going to count as the number 1, even if it's not a hurricane when it hits. If I had to take a guess, I'm guessing it could get to as high as a Cat 3. But the wind in the category of whatever the storm is, Harvey Dent, the Two-Face, it's not important. The important thing is, I mean, it's not important, but the important thing is here is rainfall totals, because this is now be called an anti-cyclone. Yes, that's what we're dealing with. It's not even a cyclone. It's like an anti-cyclone. And I remember last night when one of my best friends, Fitzroy 7K the H, was over trying to cheer me up. We were eating pizza. And when I watched the model for the first time, the storm went left, and it went right, and then it went left, and it went right. But it kind of sits there for 4 or 5 days. And so that is distressing enough. Now, granted, there's a chance, this storm could be very little and do very little, but nobody's counting on that right now. And there's no reason to prepare for the best case scenario. We need to prepare for the worst case scenario. So I will be covering this because the data is coming in so fast and furious. And at this point, it mainly seems to just be among weather circles. Like, the media is not picking up on it much. I saw Fox News mention it. If our president, Donald Trump, could talk about it, that would be great. So if any of you guys, Alex Jones, if you happen to watch, or anybody at InfoWars ever watches Thor News, if you could pass a note to the press, or hey, if you guys could take a break from what you normally do to inform our fellow Texans that we may have some serious problems on the way, that would be great as well. I know that BB Earthwatch usually does a wonderful, fantastic job with storms. J749, there is some shit going on near Florida as well, and so I'll be covering that a little too, but not as much, because it doesn't seem as drastic. But J749 does a great job. Dabu will mention when we have big storms coming in, Mr. BB3333. So a lot of people in the truth community do a good job of covering the stuff for us. So thanks to them, and I look forward to them continuing their coverage through the weekend and the week. Because it's very important. If there's one thing all Americans should understand right now is the weather is weird. So don't get triggered by the two words climate change. Like, we need to get above that word and just basically go, hey, yo, the weather's weird. We don't know what's causing it right now. And there's no real reason to argue. And I'm saying because climate is change over time, and weather is what's happening now. So the weather's been so wacky, wild, and weird. Now, I guarantee you it's more than just one factor. Anywho, so yeah, the potential for huge rainfall totals, flooding is legitimate. Uncertainties remained, but models suggest a stalling Twitter crush, drawing in Gulf moisture. All right, and we'll take a look. Anti-Cyclone WTF. You're right on that retrograde too. Anti-Cyclone H5, flow right for it. See, all the weather people, our reputation is pretty good in the weather community, and everybody's kind of freaking out. Like the GEF, there are two main models when it comes to weather casting. There's the European model, and then there's like the American model. And both of them are kind of crazy and on drugs sometimes, and they can be highly inaccurate. Farther out the predictions are, the worse they are, the closer in, the better they get. But like some of these, like the GFS didn't pick up that last one. Shit, I can't remember the names anymore. That just missed the coast, the East Coast. Like, it didn't pick it up till a day and a half before it was near the coast. So we just have to keep our eyes on it mainly. Now, before we get into all the pictures, but this is the loop they're talking about. Let's actually look at the storm so you can see. One of the reasons I'm concerned, it's this right here. Okay, so you have a low pressure zone off of Florida, and then you have Tropical Storm Harvey here. Okay, now look at this giant thing. Now there's the giant rain bands, and in my 4.5 years of covering the weather at Thor News, we have found a pulse. I don't want to get too far off subject, but it pulses. So the weather goes in severe weather pulses. You can almost time. And so when you see something grow up and then die down, that just means it'll probably grow back up again in about 8 to 12 hours. But look at all these massive rain bands coming. So like when we'll see them die down, we need to judge the storm on when we see it at the peak. That will give us an idea of what we might see in the future. See how it grows and then it gets smaller. It grows, it gets smaller. Try to make an analogy, but the only one I can make is dirty, and we don't want to do that right now. We don't want to trigger anybody. Okay, so this whole area, and it is expected to make landfall Friday. Now, last night they were saying late Friday night, and now they're saying late Friday morning. Which just shows you how much this stuff changes. Okay, let's watch one. So that's the main thing here. Right, see this giant massive storm. So not only is this giant massive storm heading towards Texas, Louisiana, Georgia, Florida, Mississippi, but it's supposed to go and just kind of hover around for a couple days. And I know Houston, where I live, it floods after just a few inches of rain, like 3 or 4 inches of rain. This place floods really bad. Though it usually drains pretty fast, but it has a chance, like it gets really high. And so what I'm trying to do now and over the next few days is to give everybody in Texas a chance to make or on the coast to make a decision. Do I want to risk being in this, or do I want to risk going north? I need something to drink. Okay. And so I'm in Houston. That's the choice I'm making. Now I think I may head north, though I'd love to stay and document the storm. Because how I make my money is on YouTube. Like, I solely survive. I pay my rent, pay all my bills off donations, right? And so I usually barely have enough money to cover rent every month. And so I cannot handle my car getting taken out by being in flooded water for a few days. So if my car were taken out, that would be a major negative in my life. So the main reason I'm thinking about going north is because I have a chance, like my mom and stepdad have a wonderful ranch with horses and dogs in DFW. And I haven't seen the dogs or the horses in a while. They're in Florida. And though there are armed guards there, so I wouldn't go by there without, invitation ever. Okay, so, so I'm saying I have an opportunity and I don't want to lose my car. So that's the decision I'm making. Okay? If that makes any sense. And so, I'd like people to make that choice as well. I'm going to put this on wind too while I'm babbling. I'm telling you, my phone is blowing up. You can't shut off. Why don't you shut off, phone? Shut up. Okay. All of a sudden, everybody's like, oh my God, Thor. Especially people in Houston, my friends. Okay. Man, I tell them to get out. But yeah, no, I mean, if you can do it without it disrupting your life majorly, I would think about getting out tomorrow. Just because, if it's going to, any region is going to stay flooded for a few days, it's going to be bad. And if you have friends or family you haven't seen, why take the chance? So we'll watch this version now. Let me tilt it down for you. I'm going to try and keep these videos to like 15 minutes max. So we got about 4 minutes left. We'll watch this all the way through. I'll do both models on this one, but so as you can see, we're still on the Thursday. So Florida, which has been getting just a ton of rain, will still be getting rain as well, but this is what we're watching here. Look at that. I mean, it's just going to be a wet area, wet region, and the whole coast is getting it now. Texas looks like it's going to be getting the main part of it. So we're now into Saturday. Let's go back a little. I want to see my own information. I want to see the heavy parts of the rain. This is like 2 o'clock Friday. I guess we'll hit the coast around. The prediction is about 3 p.m. on Friday. Or a.m.? Damn, I can't even tell. Now, if I'm really crazy, what I'm going to do is I'm going to drive to the coast at dawn, get video footage of storm coming in, and then going to DFW. But that sounds more like a dream. Kind of like having a date for the eclipse. Doesn't sound wise, though. Anyway, so it's Saturday, and it's, it hits San Antonio. And Del Rio, somebody asked about Del Rio. Doesn't look like you're going to get it as bad or much, but yeah, it looks like San Antonio, Austin, Houston are going to be in Port Aransas, Galveston. You're going to be in the bullseye. But look how back down, man. And then all of a sudden it just spreads over the coast. I've been watching this, and this model's changing like by the hour. And it keeps heading east. So, within 2 days, I would guess the worst part might head towards Louisiana, but at this point there's no reason to take any chances. So then the storm moves on through America. So it is now Wednesday, and it still hasn't fully left Texas. Though Houston looks like it's just going to rain for you Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Yeah, it's about 7 days. That doesn't seem right. 5 days. Yeah, 5 days, and we're talking heavy rain over here. Let's look at this again. So the yellow and the white puts it at 10 inches in a single day. And so this is consistent heavy rain. How's that even possible? I don't even know. But it is. Like I said, 10 inches fell in one day in Kansas City a day or day and a half ago. So if this is all very real, this is all very major. And I want to remind people again, like, we got bigger problems, people. Like, we need to put aside our political differences and realize we got a ton of shit that really has to be dealt with. for example, you have the BP spill here, you have the Louisiana sinkhole here. Oklahoma's like the largest earthquake epicenter, and all this is going to be heavy. You know, we could start seeing major sinkholes or worse in the near future, but we will cover that eventually. Right now we need to deal with the closer problems at hand. So we're at 15 minutes. I'll do another little bit of a rundown. But yeah, I'm pretty much going to stay on this. So God bless everyone. And as I said, this is how I'm making my money, is y'all send in donations when you appreciate the work that I do. And you guys have been pretty great. And I've been able to do this for my only job for a while now. And I super duper duper fully appreciate that. And at no point in time do I want anybody to take a meal off their table just so you can help me do this. So really only ask the people who can't afford to. So I want to say thank you. God bless everyone. Thank you for cheering me up. And like I have so much more to cover. So I'm just probably going to start another video once this one is done uploading, because we still have other models to go through. Speaking of that, let me throw in this model just to see if it changes by next time. Because this was the GFS, and this would be a different version. That was the European, and this would be a different version of the GFS. How are you guys doing today? And I'd mentioned before, I looked at the eclipse 3 times. I didn't go blind. I'm not saying you should, because remember, I'm Thor. So, but I'm saying my vision feels stronger. It was like the sun gave me LASIK surgery. Somebody else told me that joke. I didn't make it up. I forgot who it was. Okay, so here, this one, GFS has it hitting souther. What time would that be? Yeah, this has it bringing the heavy rainfall about 6 a.m. But like I mentioned, it keeps changing. So this has it going souther, and then going left or west, and then going right or east, and then wow. See, so everything is projecting heavy rainfall totals. And on here we're on Thursday. So this has it still majorly raining in Houston at like 6 a.m. on Thursday. Now this is still about 2 days away, but there's definitely a reason to plan and prepare. So God bless everyone. I will keep keeping you guys informed, and you guys just stay cool. If there's something I can ask from you other than donations, it's send me your love, send me your prayers, send me your good thoughts, and please try to treat each other well. Recognize that it doesn't matter what political party you are, Republican or Democrat. If you're in the Senate or Congress, man, they got bunkers waiting for you. No matter what happens, you will be okay. Asterisk. And so it's us, the people, who have to come together and save our freaking selves as one group. You know, like when our politicians go out and spend $20 trillion, it doesn't end up benefiting us that much. I mean, if you can come up with the stuff we spent the $16 trillion on over the last 16 years that was really great for America, I'd like to hear it. So we are our own hero here. And I need everybody to wake up a lot faster. Wow, the 19 minutes went by fast. Okay. Peace out. I'm going to try and be as awesome as I can be. I just ask you to do the same. Stay cool. Talk to you way too soon.